Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this, your Sagittarius March 2024 reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel St. James, clairvoyant. Well, this month we have a deck that's called Raphael or Raphaelite or something like that. I can't remember. I just have it tied up in string in the box. Oh, the box went a long time ago, I think. But it's good, clean, clear art, sort of Renaissance sort of style to it, you know, the Caravaggios, that type of thing. And anyway, it's really beautiful and clear and crisp. There's nothing abstract about it at all. And but it's such a refreshing set of artwork, I think, and it's different to what we've been using recently. So we shall get into this, and it's good for determining what the cosmic energies are that are swirling around you at the present. Now, I've done a number of one-on-one clairvoyant readings for Sagittarians from different parts of the world over the course of the last month via FaceTime and Skype. And if you might be interested to see what's involved in a clairvoyant reading with me, just check out the information that's in the description box below when you get to the end of the video. Now, the other spiritual gift that I was given at birth was that of healing. And healing is provided to me on the basis that I get nothing in return for it. So it's offered for free. No catch, no obligation, nothing will be sold to you or recommended to you at all for me or anybody else. And so, but you understand the healing comes through me and not from me. But it's a duty of mine to provide it to people who ask for it. So if you have an emotional or physical issue that needs an infusion of spirit, then please don't be afraid to reach out and we'll get something that works in with our respective schedules. Everyone seems to think it's great when they receive it, so that's a good thing. Now, great to see the subscribers. Thanks for inviting me into your home. It's good to see you always. And who would not be pleased to see the Sagittarian? Now, what we have here is we're going to take 5 cards. We only need 5 because we don't just spend 2 seconds on a card, do we? Oh, no. They have a lot to tell us about the cosmic energy that's swirling around you at the moment. And so they're very talkative, and we shall get underway with it now and show me the magic. 6 of Wands. What would that be? Major Arcana number 11. I would say that's Justice, probably. There is 5. I'm assuming that would be the Hierophant. Very difficult to tell, but we'll get there in just a second. I think I'm pretty sure I'm right, though, in that. You'll see it in just a moment. This is. Now, that looks like the Page of Swords. No, that's the Queen of Swords. That's the Queen of Swords there. And here is the 10 of Cups. Well, why don't you come and sit down here next to me? I'll bring the camera around so you and I can have a good close look at the imagery that's on these cards together while they speak to us both about the energies going on in your life, and I'll do the reading for you. A lot of good energy around here. Let's have a look at this first card that you drew. Now, what is the astrology of it? Let's see what's going on. This, of course, is traditionally known as the 6 of Wands. Now, I have a mystical association with the sun here in the number 6. The number 6 is also about transition, movement, balance, solutions, and about harmony as well. Now, the astrology is very favorable for you. It is Jupiter, your planet, ruling the second decan of Leo, which is the 3rd to the 12th of August. Now, as you would know, Jupiter is all about love, expansion, and philosophy, and this combines really well with the creativity of Leo. And so what you find is that you have success in achieving your goals. Now, Leo is also ruled by the sun, and so again we have balance and harmony here as well. Now, I can tell you that Leo is going to give you great self-confidence and creativity, while Jupiter will bestow upon you an expansiveness and development. Now, the energy is also talking about, look, let's just be straight up about it. This is speaking of victory here for you, success, clarity, breakthrough, and the unification of different energies. I think that you can very well be encouraged to continue on with what you are doing. And there is a recognition from other people as well. And I have to say, I think you might well enjoy being center stage. Now, this is talking about not only what victory is like, but also the conditions necessary to be fulfilled in order to obtain victory. There is the need of the fiery energy of this suit of wands, the balance of the number 6, and the stubborn courage of Leo, and of course the influence of Jupiter, a lucky planet. And with victory, there's always a little bit of luck needed, isn't there? But certainly if you have tried long enough, if you have put in everything possible, a sudden breakthrough is going to come, and the unexpected, perhaps, the unexpected victory is yours, and you will become filled with the bubbling feeling of the strength which helps you to victory on all the levels that you have wished for. Now, these wands are sort of harmoniously arranged and well organized. And I think what's also going on here is I'm looking at this violet background that's there in the sky. It becomes lighter through the secure feeling of victory. Now, in ancient Egypt, this was the color which represented the breakthrough to victory. Now, Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, it combines itself with the creativity of Leo, and you'll find that all your goals will be easily reached. But you know, of course, and I don't really need to tell you, that victory cannot be achieved at the expense of others or unjustly set them at a disadvantage. The struggle that you go through and win, well, the victory must be by fair means, and you should put this victory to service of some good cause which benefits all involved. Now, definitely there is victory over past troubles, although you remember them. You've defeated them, and you've become stronger. All is well now. You have really worked hard to get where you are. There's high self-confidence, as I say, from Leo. So go forward and set new goals and improve your learning and understanding. That's the Jupiter aspect. So do what you are planning to do. The moment really promises success. What do you really want to achieve? And what does victory mean for you? And say this to yourself: I am now ready to enjoy success in my life. Every event in my life brings me closer to my final goal, and my victory brings benefits to all involved. Really good time, really good time. What's going on this top horizontal line here? Oh, we have a few. 3 ladies representing what I assume is justice here. Let's have a look at it. Look at this eye. Isn't that interesting? That's an interesting depiction, quite apart from the fact that there are 3 women there. Now, this is Venus ruling Libra with Saturn exalted. Now, Libra emphasizes that the energy of this card is about balance and equilibrium. And so there is a period here where you are going to be centering yourself and also balancing opposites within you, I think. There is justice here for you finally obtained. Maybe even a suspension of action, I think, while you make up your mind or survey the surroundings to determine what is a sensible path to take. Because I think that you're going to be very objective and stand back. Now, the predominant colours that we see here again is this blue, and I love this green down here as well. Blue is the colour of spiritual and intellectual powers, such as thinking, ideas, wisdom, and green is the colour of creativity, the power to put ideas into action. Now, I think for you, this energy is saying that where this is placed in connection with the other cards that are around here, is that this represents keeping your inner balance centered as you live your life in the chaos of the world. And this is encouraging you to look deep inside of yourself and identify any contradictions that are throwing you off balance. Balancing your intuitive self with your spiritual values, with the conscious mind and the moral values. It brings you an inner strength and a clarity to make just decisions. Now, I notice that the number here is 11. 11 in numerology is a master number, incidentally, along with 22 and 23. But in summary, the number of 11 means vision, new consciousness, balance, heightened awareness, intuition, and insight. Now, what we have here is justice also representing the laws of nature, moral law, legal law, and the laws of the universe. She reminds you that there really is divine justice. And the purpose for you is to be fair and impartial while seeking truth and answers to the decisions that you seek to make. You are being encouraged to weigh up matters carefully before making important choices that are going to affect you and other people. Now, there is strong intention here, and that intention is that you should take the righteous path. Now, when this energy shows up, it brings a choice or a decision that needs to be made. And these women together whisper to you, don't be hasty, step back and connect with your spiritual and moral values. Settle down your emotions. Use your inner wisdom. Choose what you know is right rather than what you want to be right. Do and be the best that you can. Be a vessel for the divine light to shine through with understanding of cosmic justice rather than ego justice. Do you understand what I mean by that? Now, I think that this can bring forth legal matters and financial contracts, and if that's the case, then review everything carefully and make sure that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. But this is bringing to you the gifts of fairness, harmony, truth, honesty, reason, and balance. And yet I do really get the feeling that there is an important decision to be made. In a sense, it's a time of taking stock of your life to see what should be let go. Think clearly about life ahead and be aware that all actions have consequences. But I do think that now is a time when you will be able to get a clear vision of possibilities and choices ahead of you, and applying the insights that you've gained so far from your experience in order to live a balanced life. Because I think that you are discovering and following your true path now and what gives your life the most meaning. So pay attention to what situations in your daily life tend to throw you off balance. Discover the conditions under which you find harmony again, and carry this quality with you more and more as you move through your daily activities? What helps you reach your meditative center and stay there? And what happens when you lose that center? But say this to yourself: I am balanced and centered. I honor my word. I value being truthful, even in difficult situations. And the abundance and beauty of nature is a reflection of my own nature. And I am at rest in my own center. Now I just feel drawn to go to the other side of that diagonal, which is another lady. And it is the Queen of Swords. Swords, the Queen, well, she's water, and in the swords it's air. And water and air can get together to form clouds, really, can't they? Do you know I have a lot of Virgo around here? I have a lot of Libra around here as well. And her association, I think, with this card of Justice here means that this for you is also a reminder to make clear decisions that are based on fact and fairness, similar to the way that this Queen presents herself to the world at large. There's a cutting through of old masks here, a clarity. You'll be very rational, quite intellectual, I think, logical and objective. You're also going to be very graceful, very perceptive. You'll take keen observations about what is going on around you, and you'll be able to interpret the truth that lies behind people and events. You may well be, I think, very individualistic, and you are certainly going to be confident and gracious. Now, setting aside your masks, renouncing the security offered by playing familiar roles means you voluntarily giving up habitual defense mechanisms. Now, by using this sword of penetrating insight, you come to recognize that the masks you wear not only protect and camouflage you, but they also separate you from yourself and from others. The energetic cutting through of your masks will free you. And this energy here is leading you out of the surrounding clouds and into clarity and openness. There is an openness and a receptiveness here that's almost childlike within you. Now, of course, one can't help but look at this sword that's here. And with this sword, you have the ability to analyze and cut through old ways of thinking, so you can live in the moment. Now, she is very logical and intellectual, and unlike, say, the Queen of Cups, she connects to people through intellectual understanding rather than emotional understanding. She can cut to the chase without being swayed by sentimentality or strong emotions. You do need to use your intellect to make an unbiased decision about a situation. Compassion and empathy may distract you, so you must go with your head and not with your heart. This isn't a time to beat around the bush about a situation. It's a time to decide and act. I think that you're in the process of separating yourself more and more from old roles and behavior patterns. Now, I do admit that this can bring painful experiences with it, but it is worth it, because the clarity that you gain frees you. Now, ask yourself this question: which are the roles you most easily and most often hide behind? And are you ready to drop them? Sit back and imagine yourself in different roles. Some of them you will continue to play, but now, of course, with more awareness. And you will play them until you no longer identify yourself with them. But remember this, and say it to yourself. My only duty in life is to remain true to myself. What do I feel like doing? I feel like going down on this same horizontal and having a look at this, which is the 10 of Cups. Now, the astrology of this, Libra, the Sun, and these, this would make this. This is going to make this Mars in the third decan of Pisces. Mars in Pisces. Now, you know that each sign has 3 divisions, 0 to 10 degrees, 10 to 20, and 20 to 30. Well, here we have Mars sitting in that last section, or decan as they're called, 20 to 30. Now, you might think that Mars is going to be very disruptive to peaceful and spiritual Pisces. But I'll tell you something interesting. Mars here turns up with its energy, vitality, and enthusiasm right at the end of the zodiac in Pisces, up to the last degrees of Pisces, and it has the energy pushing forward to go into the new sign, pushing forward to start the wheel and the seasons again. Next, of course, is Aries, and Mars shows up in that first decan of Aries, being 0 to 10 degrees. So the presence of Mars here is giving you great energy, enthusiasm, vitality, because it is an energy which is sufficient to push the zodiac into the starting point of the spring equinox in Aries, which then becomes the beginning of the horoscopic year again. Now, I think that this 10 of Cups really is probably one of the best energies that's floating around, at least where it is here anyway, because there is deep love and contentment radiating from within you and out into the world. These grails won't take much to overflow and cover you with peace and love. And there's a sense that wealth is coming around on all levels, material, emotional, spiritual, and intellectual. It's as if these things are raining down upon you as well as gifts from the divine. Now, wealth on all levels can be achieved, but the inner wealth of deep spiritual understanding is really what brings you the most happiness, you know. You are walking your soul path, and the joy that it brings you to your heart here is just magical. The way to understand this, really, this insight to the energy is that you want to have self-love, finding your inner grail of fulfillment. Now, this 10 brings great gratitude for all the things in life. You feel as if you have returned to your true home, and as a result, there is happiness and fulfillment. It's as if you have found the grail in your heart, living in balance with humanity, Mother Earth, and Spirit. You've embraced the wisdom of your heart and acting through this reading, as we can see, a holistic perspective, expanding your individual love and desires into a great experience. You are now channeling divine, unconditional love into the physical world. Now, this energy is shining upon you, and good fortune and success, they find you. They bring celebration of the goodness and that love that you have been blessed with. So just really enjoy yourself, because this is about living life passionately, joyfully, totally, authentically, with wisdom and love in balance. I think it also brings strong social and family ties here. Romantic relationships are going to deepen. I think you have learned how acts of love can heal and fulfill as well. And of course, you do now, I think, have the understanding of how misguided love can deeply hurt. So embrace and respect nature and everything around you. You feel extremely blessed with well-being, the perfect life, prosperity, and living by your true values. The other thing that I will say about Mars in Pisces is that Pisces expresses itself not by being crude or unruly, but by providing the apparently fragile being with the decisiveness needed to bring forth into the outer world the beauty that it holds deep within. And this doesn't require any dramatic demonstrations of emotion. A fulfilled person simply radiates these qualities and is recognized by others from the fruit that you bear. So I think what you should do here is just let things develop by themselves. Everything comes to you at the right moment, doesn't it? Now, what you should say is this, that there's actually a very great deal of emotional passion and vitality around here as well. A great degree of sexuality, I have to say. I think people are going to find you very attractive. But say this to yourself, because it's always true for you, that life gives me all that I need to be happy. Now, that takes us finally, I think, to, let's have a look at it. And it is, this is the nail that nails together the divine and the human. The Hierophant. Well, things that are coming up are teacher, advisor, transformation, group identity. It's very good for people working in large institutions here. Learning and teaching, seeking counsel or advice. I think this indicates the need for you, just at the moment anyway, to follow rules, regulations, and even the traditions in your life, even if you don't necessarily agree with the traditions, where you find that they are incredibly important to others that are close to you, just go along with it to keep them happy. Here is the dove of the spirit, which is also associated with the planet of Venus. This is Taurus energy here, which is, of course, ruled by Venus. But I do see a period of quite intense learning and education. You are very curious about things, aren't you? Very curious. I do get the feeling of proposals, marriage, birth in here, the commitment. It's commitment that I see. I think what you will also find that if you are working in a large organization, that things are going to go quite well for you, I think. The person here, this Hierophant, represents the energies of the mental and spiritual plane. And the Hierophant has united these elements in himself and has brought them to full expression. He is the awakened one, the fulfilled, the enlightened. He is the spirit made flesh, or the final stage of human development in which the human is united with God. Now, you are going to be very gifted at getting information across to other people and inspiring them. You're going to be very attracted to music, is what I'm getting here. It's going to take on a more than usual amount of attraction. You'll be very good at listening and speaking, and you'll want to make your ideas tangible, and you'll be able to get things across to other people in a way that they can understand. Now, the search for the self is something I think that will be important for you, and it could take you into spiritual realms. But the spiritual realms that you go into need to be comfortable, because there is only one voice worth listening to, and that is the voice of your own heart.
You did a good job.
Did a really good job in that reading, and what a fantastic and interesting month it looks like it's going to be for you, and don't you deserve it? It's great to see you. And you deserve all the good things in life, really you do. Now, unless I see you privately for a reading or a healing, then I'll see you again next month. And until then, remember one thing, and it is this, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. And until then, it's bye for now.